You are listening to the Option Select podcast. I want to say thank you to everybody for coming back. We are on episode 25. Can you believe that, dude?
Oh, man, that's crazy, dude.
Yeah. So, back to the intro. Sorry, I messed that up.
That's all good.
Yeah.
It's all good, man. We're live.
We're live. Who cares?
We're live.
And with me, as always,
There he is.
my best friend, my partner in crime, Ruben Salazar.
What's up, man?
What's up, brother? How are you?
Oh, fantastic, brother. How was your week, Rick?
Pretty good week, dude.
Yeah?
Pretty good week. The weather was nice. Not too busy, not too crazy. Work was okay. Wasn't streaming as much. The World Series.
Yeah, that was sad.
You know,
I'm sad face.
I'm not sad. I think the Stros did a good job. I mean, to go that far and to make it that deep and to take it down to Game 7. Awesome. But I'm not the biggest baseball fan,
No.
you know, but I actually watched Game 6 and 7 and watching Verlander on the mound when I was watching the pitches, and like I could see how people could get excited about it, how it could put you know, we got basers on, we got runners on scoring positions, we got 2 outs, you know, his pitch count is up high, what's going, you know, I could see how people could like that, and I was like, okay, that's not too bad, you know.
When October comes around, it's definitely the best time to start watching some baseball. I mean, 400 games or whatever it is that they do have. I can't watch every game.
No, 3 hours a pop.
Yeah,
I can't watch them all, dude.
No, I can't. I don't have the time.
No, between streaming, playing video games, real life, all that, spinning plates like you told me.
Them spinning plates, bro.
Spinning plates, yeah. Speaking of spinning plates, yeah. Even when it comes for to me streaming,
Yeah.
I'm down to Bloodborne,
Yeah.
Call of Duty, the Outer Worlds.
Outer Worlds.
Yeah,
A little bit of those.
And you know, just between Bloodborne and Outer Worlds, those are games that require you to sit down and play.
Yeah,
you know?
dude. I did a 4-hour session yesterday.
I saw that. Yeah.
It's one of the best RPGs I played in a long, long time. Ever since Fallout 3. I'm not gonna go with Fallout New Vegas. I did enjoy Fallout New Vegas, but I didn't enjoy it as much as I did 3. So it's definitely one of the best first-person RPG shooter type games that I played since Fallout 3.
Yeah, and I was watching your stream last night, and it looked good. You know,
PC?
Watching you streaming, and then you know, what I'm super jealous about is the way it loads so quick.
Yeah, dude.
I'm playing on PS4, and I'm all like twiddling thumbs and like
told you
looking
to get
at
it on PC,
looking
man.
at the all the cut screens. Like, okay, I know what this bug does. This is how it looks dissected.
Yeah,
cool.
I think you should have. I think you should have definitely bought that one on PC because you have a gaming PC that can handle it.
Well, the thing is, where's Mikkel gonna play?
She can play from the couch
on
the PC with the controller.
My laptop.
Yeah.
She ain't touching my laptop.
Oh my god. Oh yeah, that's right. She needs to get her own laptop.
Her own, dude. Yeah.
My bad. But yeah, that's definitely one to play on PC for sure on a solid state. But speaking of great RPGs, I ran across one this week that I'm not sure if you saw or not. Called Disco Elysium. Have you seen anything on this one?
One of my podcasts I listened to, they talked about it, but that's about it.
I didn't get sucked into it. I played the intro for a little bit there. I think about an hour or so, like the first little area. But I'm very, very intrigued, and I'm gonna put some more time into it. But I love the art style. It's very 70s noir type video game. Lots of like rolling of the dice type stuff. Like I think they were trying to do like a D&D type pen and paper game, and they ended up turning it into just like a straight up video game. So instead of them going with pen and paper, they just, hey, you know what, let's make it into a video game. And then they did that, and then this is the game. Kind
of like Original Sin, like that. I mean, that kind of D&D based. Very
much so. But this one actually shows your rolls. Like it'll roll for you on the screen.
Like you ever see the dice.
Yeah, you see, you rolled this
critical,
success or whatever, right? But it takes place, you know, with 70s noir. That's it. I don't know how else to explain. Like you wake up with amnesia, and your character starts trying to figure out who he is and what he's done. And
where can you find this on?
I've got it on PC, but it's on Switch. It's on PS4, Xbox. He's already got DLC plans. He's got a novel already. Like this guy's working this damn thing, you know. But I enjoyed the little bit of it that I played. But I am into Outer Worlds and Call of Duty. Those are the two that I'm like balls deep into. So I did like 4 hours yesterday, just in Outer Worlds alone. I did a little bit of Call of Duty here and there throughout the week. Nobody's really been on
the World
dude.
Series, dude. I saw you post on Facebook like the World Series, dude. Everybody.
I swear to God, it's not the World Series though, because like even today, there's like it took me a minute to find a match. I think it's their matchmaking system or whatever the way they have it set up. They need to change it, because this being the most popular game of this season, I shouldn't have to wait 2 minutes to be put into a game. Does that make sense? Like it should be like 30 seconds, boom, I'm in the game, and I'm
okay with
ready
2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Okay,
2 minutes is the light side. That isn't. Okay. That's the light side. You know.
If you're having like 5 to 10 minute wait times, then yeah,
that's where it gets up to.
Okay.
That's where it gets up to.
That's interesting.
It's
especially being crossplay. I figured it'd be.
Yeah, I figured it would be super fast too, but it's not. Because it matches you with your skill set.
Like your level and shit?
Yeah, it matches you.
Like your KDRs or whatever?
Correct. It takes all your skills and all that stuff, and it puts it into a little equation, and that's how it matches you up with people.
That's interesting.
Which is why you don't get into full lobbies. So there'll be like a 12-person lobby, and you're in there with 8 people, which doesn't make any sense. But so how are you enjoying Bloodborne at the moment? Well, how far deep?
Bloodborne, I want to say I'm in Old Yarnum. I just beat Gascone, and then the people, if you guys have played Bloodborne already, after you beat Father Gascone, there's a you go to the next area. On the top of the tower, there's another hunter with a Gatling gun just shooting you down, and you have to make your way around him. And at first, like, well, let me go up there and go fight him. It's like nothing, getting body. It's like, well, I don't know if that's. I know Bloodborne has a steep curve, so I don't know if I'm just I need to GG get good. Or I'm just somewhere where I'm not supposed to be, like you're not supposed to fight him. So I was like, you know what? There's no shame in my game. I'm going to look at a walkthrough just to see if I could get an idea of where I should be. Yeah. And sure enough, I missed a spot, to go explore, and there's supposed to be another boss. So that's what I've been doing. And I was talking to Jonathan about it last night. He's like, yeah, Rick, on that game, you don't really need to walk through. You just got to make sure you explore everything. I was like, yeah. Because there's sometimes, you go around, turn back around, you find a shortcut, then you go somewhere else, like, oh shit, I was supposed to go explore this over here. Yeah, but I mean, that's part of the game right there, is just going out and exploring. And
so after you're done with this one, let me ask you a quick question. After you're done with this one, what's your next Souls-like game or Souls game that you're going to do? Are you going to hit up Sekiro? Are you going to do Star Wars Fallen Jedi?
Nah.
Because the more I see on Star Wars Fallen Jedi, dude, the more I kind of want to dive into that game.
It looks good.
It looks good to me. I'm feeling it. And I love Respawn stuff. Titanfall 2 had one of the best campaigns I played whenever that was released for a shooter. Titanfall just in general is a great series. Very fun to play.
I heard it was great, but I think one of the podcasts, they mentioned that they released it the same time with Apex or something like that.
Yeah,
so
it came out the same time.
Like, why
pay for a game when you can get a free game?
Yeah, and it's from the same, and it's both from
same developer.
Yeah, I was like, someone didn't really plan things out ahead.
Nah, I think it was just fine. Some people enjoy Apex, some people enjoy Titanfall.
Yeah, I've heard positive praises for Titanfall.
But the thing is, you don't hear anything negative about them. You hear positive things about both. You don't say, oh, this game's dead because of whatever, this game's dead because of this. Mm-hmm. The game is just great in general. Both games are great in general. I love Apex. I put many, many hours into it.
Did you?
But I've just got tired of battle royales. And now that, I'd played through God of War. I did Spider-Man. Right now I'm on this single player kick, dude. Like you wouldn't believe. And then now with Outer Worlds, Disco Elysium right after that. I got Luigi's Mansion yesterday.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah, I haven't even put it in. I haven't even opened
It's still sealed.
I haven't even unsealed it,
still
sir. Still sealed. And I still want to do Link's Awakening. So I want all these. I want to play all these single player games because I enjoy playing at my own pace. I enjoy a good story, and the Call of Duty Modern Warfare single player campaign, which is a fucking movie by Jerry Bruckheimer, bro.
I was playing it today, because I needed to get some updates, and I was like, this is taking forever because you can't play online until the updates happen. And I was like, I'm just gonna go check out the single player, and I was like, cool, yeah. I was like,
they put you in there, dude. How far did you get?
Not far. once you meet your a little bit after you meet the female protagonist, Sarah.
Yeah. Wait until the next one after that. Whenever you have to go clear a house in London, bro, they break out the night vision goggles
Did
and
they?
you're just kind of
like this is really cool. I mean, the only thing that I know it's a video game.
Yeah.
Is that sometimes you'll see the bad guys just start running up to you. Like,
yeah.
In real life, you don't, or
nah, you cover.
Yeah, or in real life, like he'll pop his head out, shoot, then goes down, and like because it's at the same spot, you know.
Right.
I know it's a video game. That's fine.
Yeah.
Just have fun.
Wait.
You know?
So when you were playing earlier, I saw you were in London.
Yeah.
What did you think about that mission as you were going through and they had suicide bombers kind of like popping off? Oh my
god! Yeah, I was like, this is I talked about it on the stream. One of the beginning missions are like, these are Russian soldiers, and I said to myself, of course it's the Russian soldiers. If you're gonna have anybody that's a bad guy, it's gonna be the freaking Russians.
Yeah, if we're not in 1942, we don't have Nazis, you know, so we got to do Russians.
Yeah, so like who can we use as a creepy bad guy?
Next is gonna be Ukrainians. Same thing.
Urkistan, or what's that made of the country?
Urkistan.
Yeah, the middle of a country, like yeah.
Yeah, so I'm having a blast with all these single player games right now, and then we got a bunch of stuff coming up next year. For the single player experiences and whatnot. So I'm kind of on the single player kick right now. Like, don't get me wrong, I love playing multiplayer. I love it.
Yes.
I love it. But like if I get bored, if nobody's on, I've got other things to do.
Of course.
And then nobody's been on Call of Duty. Like I said, to me it's been kind of a dead game because all my friends have said, "Oh, we're gonna play it nonstop," and then like I see nobody playing it half the time. Like every time I'm on, nobody's on. And I stay on usually from about 6 o'clock to about 10 or 11 at night, depending. But speaking of Call of Duty, I did something for the first time that I've never done before.
Clean behind your ears.
No, I do that all the time.
Okay.
I played Call of Duty Modern Warfare with one of my managers. Yeah. Yeah, played with one of my managers. Never played a video game with a manager before.
Coworker or anything?
Huh? Coworkers I played with. But manager, like a management type. Black guy. His name's Sean. Fucking awesome. And he's actually really good at the game. A little bit younger than me. He
still got them young man reactions.
He still got them young man reactions, dude. He came into our business earlier this year. He's the only one that I can like relate to, like work wise or like outside of work wise, because everybody else is so much older. And I'm not even the youngest one there. We got people that are like 28, 27, and I'm 32. Yeah. So like he's 29, I think, going to be 30 or 30, something like that. So he's like around my age. Good dude. Good player in Call of Duty. This is the first time I've ever played a game. That's now that's some management. That's some coworker building, bonding, like, bonding right there, dude. That's how you do it. Like, let's go kill some motherfuckers, dude.
Let's go play.
Yeah.
Just talk work.
So what's first on your talking points for today,
okay, and we just talked about single player games that we want to play and everything, and here we are with November 8th with Death Stranding.
Oh shit!
I'm not gonna lie. I if you guys listen to the podcast, I would have known that I was pretty lukewarm. About this, I think we mentioned it when week. Kevin was here.
Shouts out to Chameleon.
Big what's up to Chameleon. And but I watched that 7-minute launch trailer that they played during the MLB.
So good.
And I totally forgot, because it's been a hot minute since I played Phantom Pains. The cinematics that Hideo Kojima and his crew puts into his games.
Right.
I think this wouldn't be a spoiler because the picture's already out there, but it shows Norman Reedus' character Porter looking out to the distance. You just see a giant with these strands coming out, and just seeing that, I was like, this is interesting. I like that shot. It's so ominous. We don't know if that's good or bad or what.
More than likely bad.
So it kind of reminded me. Did you ever see the movie called Arrival? It came out last year. Jeremy Renner.
It's like 3 years ago.
Maybe 3 years ago.
It's been a while.
Jeremy Renner. Renner.
Oh, no.
Renner?
Jeremy Renner. Jeremy Renner.
Jeremy Renner. Jeremy Renner. Big Germ.
Jeremy Renner.
Big Germ. And Hawkeye. And
the guy that has your haircut.
The guy has some haircut. He modeled after me, by the way. Facts. He's like, hey, Rick, I'm going to shoot a movie. I need a cool haircut. I say, look, bro.
I got you, fam.
I'm a hawk, and you can still style it. With some tres flores.
But it reminded you tres flores.
Yeah. But I can't do that. Yeah. But yeah, it reminded me about that movie where you see these UFOs out in the distance. They're just standing there. You don't know. That's what that giant reminded me. It's ominous. You don't know what it means. It's good or bad or what.
Fuck yeah.
And I'm just watching it, and yes, this game is probably going to be off the wall. But you know what? Watching this trailer, I want to play it now.
Now, I have a problem
with.
They announced it for PC.
A year from now,
maybe. I don't know, but that's my conundrum. But from what I've seen, I do have the Pro. But from what I've seen of the game so far, and if all the gameplay that we've seen was done on a PS4 Pro, it looks so good the way it is, dude. Like, I can't get over how good it looks, and the landscapes are beautiful. And people are calling it mundane for you having to travel across the world or the United States or whatever it is. And it's basically like my job, but in video game form, except, I don't have to travel across the country. It's take package from point A to point B, and then, from point B to point C and so on and so forth. But it's the entire continent,
from east
contiguous
to west
United States from east to west. So, I'm already sold on the game just based off of Hideo Kojima because the reason why is because I know that Hideo strives for progression in everything that he does. He doesn't do anything half-ass. He does everything full-on hardcore, and I respect that in his work ethic. He's just got an eye for detail that you don't get to see all the time, and I love him for that. And I've loved him for that even back in the PS1 days, all the way to now. I just respect the shit out of the guy. I love him as a game maker and a content creator, and I cannot wait to get this game in my hands. And if it's that fucking good on PS4, I'll just pick up a second copy at PC launch. Fuck it, because I love his work that much. Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, well, I was first brought into his work when Metal Gear Solid 1 on the PS1. I played that. And when I play that game, I feel like this is a movie when I'm playing this game, So ever since then, I just like the man's work, love the man's work. And of course, I'm a big fan of the Metal Gear franchise.
My favorite franchise of all time. And they ruined it. Konami had to fucking ruin it.
They had to dip, of course. That's just how it works out, They want this, that.
Oh, they're the worst, dude. And then they want to put Metal Gear on pachinko machines. They're doing that.
Yeah, they're doing that. Well, they found out that mobile gaming is so very lucrative, where you could spend,
Is that why they did the Castlevania thing?
That's why you could spend a couple $1,000 to make to make a game, and then the microtransactions just pay for it, and that's what it is. They just love it. And when they find out Hideo Kojima spending $100 million to develop an engine from the ground up, they're like, why are we gonna spend this much money and then microtransact? Yeah, it's easier for them to do the mobile gaming thing, which as a business, hey man, that's.
No, I posted this on Facebook earlier, but you saw the Rick and Morty Death Stranding trailer, right?
I woke up this morning, because you sent me to it.
5:30 in the morning, I saw that shit. I was like, oh, it's so good.
And I saw that, and I just couldn't stop laughing.
I don't know, Rick. Jeez, we shouldn't eat the baby.
Just push it. Maybe it's an upgrade.
We'll just eat the baby.
With the baby. Like, okay, first of all, that made me like
want it that much more.
Yeah, it's what. Who's the other guy, the creator of Roland
and Harmon.
Yeah, like they're fans of Hideo also.
Fucking that's cool, right, dude?
Like, so they're fans of his work. I love Rick and Morty. I'm waiting for that.
Hell yeah.
Two of my favorite
franchises.
My franchises coming together, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna definitely have to get it. And it just reminded me of how much I wanted to see Rick and Morty.
Yeah. No, Rick and Morty comes out pretty soon. I think the 20th or something like that, from what I last saw. So there was that. There's a couple of quick shot news that I need to put out there for you.
Yo.
All right. So Watch Dogs Legions has been delayed. That's been happening to a lot of games lately.
Yeah.
I just don't think that. I think that they're being put under a lot of time constraints, and they can't get the games perfect, and so they're starting to push back further and further and further.
Same with Last of Us 2.
Last of Us 2. All these big studios, I think they're pushing their people too hard, and they're making mistakes. I think that's what it's coming down to.
Well, it was the story of crunch. It really came to light last year with Red Dead 2 coming out.
Yeah.
Where the one of the main guys, I don't remember the name. I don't have it on record. Unprofessional of me, but he was talking about he was putting insane amount of hours. Yeah. You know, and it just came down to, wait, if you're doing that much, how about your team and whatever? That's when crunch really made it as that word came to be a buzzword in the gaming community. I mean, I'm sure people before have heard it already, but that's when I was first hearing about it. And I think it's now an effect of what we see now when games are being pushed back.
Right.
Yeah.
The next thing I had for a quick fire was Monster Hunter World is Iceborne's DLC is coming to PC January 9th, 2020, which is super, super delayed from the actual release of the game from the DLC from PS4. But it's the same thing that they did with the game. The game came out like 6 to 8 months later. That's just a little bit of news out there.
It did, yeah. I remember Monster Hunter 8 came out in spring, and then the PC port wasn't until winter. Yeah, it was same with Red Dead. I mean, it came out a year ago, and it just came out for PC.
Yeah. So
I mean, I'm not a developer. But, I mean, I know some games are available on this, and this. And I'm guessing some teams are just, hey, we focus it on this console only and then PC later. I
think it just takes a minute to port over. A lot of games are doing that. For instance, Red Dead's coming out this Wednesday.
Yeah, because Mikkel was talking about, she's like, didn't Red Dead come out already? I'm like, yeah, but it's been coming on PC now. Yeah.
I got to get it.
I want to go back to Death Stranding. I think we skipped something.
I'm sorry.
Talked about it. Was the reviews. You sent me a message about that, like how they are just across the board, and I retweeted it, guys. If you follow me on the Twitters, I retweeted it, and just,
what's your Twitter?
My Twitter, you can find it OS_Pith.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, same with everything else. Minus the IG. I really need to just change that. I need to put the Twitter emblem instead of the IG. Yeah. But if you look at the scores, I mean, of course, some, okay, so we have 10. I don't know if that's out of 100.
Or 10. It's 10 out of 10.
Sure. I'm being silly. Yeah, it's 10.
They're perfect scores. So
it's 10, 5, 9, 9.
Access, EGM gave it perfect scores. Then you go down to Game Cult and GameSpot and Joe Video. They gave it about a 9 out of 10. And then you go down a little bit further, and then you get Easy A and Destructoid gave it around an 8. Game Informer is 7. IGN almost a 7, a 6.8. Just give it a fucking 7, IGN. USG 3.5 out of 5, Games Radar 3.5 out of 5, and VGC 3.5. So it's anywhere between a 5.5 and a 6 all the way up to a 10. They can't seem to really make up their mind for whatever reason. I'm not sure if everybody's having the same kind of gameplay experience or taking the narrative the same way that everybody else would take it. Maybe the EGM guys, they just had a blast playing it. Maybe they're cucks for fucking Hideo Kojima. You don't know. Or maybe they got paid off.
Yeah, maybe Konami's giving some money to IGN. Like, hey,
yeah, maybe Konami was just like, hey, IGN, here's a couple grand. Just shit on it a little bit.
Yeah.
The one place that I usually trust more than most is usually Kotaku, and the reason why is because Kotaku, they don't use a number ranking. They just don't. They write up this thing, and I read the entire review that this young lady had did on this game. And
was it Maddie Myers?
I can't remember her name, to be honest with you, off the top of my head. I read it on Thursday. That's when I read the review. So the review said she had put 75 hours into the game just to complete the main story. And then she had ended up playing for about 100 hours total up to this point.
Wow.
I don't know how long she's had the game, but I'm assuming she's had it for 100 hours, so let's say 2 weeks. I was like, oh, that's crazy. It gave you 100 hours worth of playtime. That sounds great to me. And you're just carrying shit from one point to the other point. You had to have been engaged in it at some point. She goes into and nitpicks, things here and there. So please read her review on Death Stranding on Kotaku. I'll have it linked in the description whenever we're done with the podcast, because I enjoy reviews that don't give you a ranking. They give you their perspective, because that's what it is. It's their perspective on what they experience with the game.
Yeah.
And to get these number ranking systems, I trust Destructoid more than I trust IGN, because IGN has plagiarized their reviews from other reviewers. I trust GameSpot as much as I trust Destructoid. So around an 8 or a 9 is a solid enough buy for me, like straight up, hands down buy. But maybe, like I said, maybe that these people just didn't understand the game. Because can you give me a breakdown, like fucking paragraph per paragraph, of the ending of Metal Gear Solid 2? Like, just in general, like, could you tell me what it meant to you when he starts breaking the fourth wall, when he starts talking to
and
you?
He dies in front of the steps of Wall Street, Yeah,
it's
symbolism and everything. Well, what I want to interject is, I see these scores and I see how they are almost across the board. I like that. It tells me that this game could be interpreted in so many ways, that some people could love it, some people could hate it, some people could see one thing, some other people see other things.
Right.
I like that. If it was just a straight 10 across the board, it would be like, okay, somebody got paid off. This is gonna be good. This is what you're doing. Blah blah blah. It probably is gonna hit all the check marks that everybody generally likes.
Yeah.
But I like seeing a score like this where it is not.
Oh my god! Look at
complete.
That fucking.
Yeah, look at that shot, dude. Yeah, that's the shot I was talking about. You look at that, it's like, that just sends chills. I mean, it's like, man,
I love it.
I can't wait.
I can't wait to play this game.
Yeah, and like I said, I have not read any reviews on this game. You guys will know that when there's something that I like, I go in there blind because I want to see it for the first time. But some of the people on this list that I do like, I like Easy Allies. I like Game Informer. I like a new one that just came up, Min Max with Sorio Vasquez. I like what these guys do, and I respect a lot of these guys. I listen to their podcasts. I love podcasts. Yeah. That's why we did one. So I'll take their. It's still gonna be with a grain of salt, but hey, if I read it, hey, this is what I'll
Right. And just in general, like the Open Critic and Metacritic's got it at an 8 overall, based off the people who have played it, which I'm perfectly fine with, because an 8 to me is a solid fucking game that I should play anyway.
I'm fine with 7s too. I think 7s are good games.
But what did they give? Not Bloodborne. What did they give? The God damn it.
Which one?
The Castlevania.
Bloodstained Ritual of the Night?
Bloodstained. What did they give Bloodstained?
I have no idea, to tell you the truth.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even know what they get. Honestly, I don't read reviews half the time. I look to see what they nitpicked on.
Yeah.
And that's about it. Like, I just go, oh, okay, they had some issues with sound or
some bugs here and there. Or,
and then that can ruin the score. You know what I'm saying? Like, if one person had a bad experience, it's the same way of, like, the way I go about buying shit on Amazon. Like, I don't go to, like, the 1-star, the 5-star reviews. I read a little bit of all of that, but I usually stick with the 3 or 4 stars.
Correct.
Like why they say it's good, why they say it's bad.
Yeah, no, I agree with you there. And even then, and I also go to my friends. I'll be like, hey, Kevin, what'd you think about this game? Hey, Ruben, tell me about this game. What's your experience with it? Stuff like that.
Yeah, hell
yeah. So, I mean, that's another thing that I do like, having this group of we have a very strong interest of video games, so we can always just count on each other. What'd you think of this?
Like, Juan Yoroshi's on the fence about the game right now. Mm-hmm. He's like, I don't know if I should get it. I don't know if the game's for me. I was like, I'll play it. I'll let you know. I'll let you know if you should play it. Because I just talked him into it. I was like, dude, you need to get Outer Worlds. You need to play that game. It is so... If you enjoyed Fallout, if you enjoyed Elder Scrolls Skyrim, if you enjoyed those types of games, you're going to love this game. It's way, way good.
Auto.
All right, quick fire. Ubisoft stock is down following the fucking... bullshit game that is Breakpoint. Let's go.
We have Breakpoint that's not doing so good.
Nope.
We had the Division 2 that's not doing so good.
No.
We're having delays with the Watch Dogs.
Yeah.
I mean, after a while, I think I even read somewhere where they're talking about, we're gonna stop pumping out Tom Clancy games. We gotta start pumping the brakes on those because it's getting saturated. I'm like, okay, cool, and I think that's a good idea. Call of Duty, they have 3 different teams, so you kind of get bounce around it's still a Call of Duty game, but you get 3 different teams.
Yeah, you get Treyarch, Infinity Ward, and Rocksteady, or who was the last one?
Infinity Ward, Treyarch,
Sledgehammer.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then each one of those has subsidiaries too, because Infinity Ward just didn't do Modern Warfare. They did Modern Warfare with Raven and somebody else. They did it with 2 other developers. So there's 3 developers working on this one game.
Yeah.
And they did a phenomenal job.
Yeah.
There are some hiccups. Don't get me wrong. There are some fuck ups, but they're doing a damn good job. I think somebody worked on multiplayer. Somebody worked on this, and then somebody just kind of fine-tuned
the calls, and did the spec ops, and did the sound. Yeah, even with the I never played the Assassin's Creed games, but they took a pause from it. Then they came back, and like the games are better, like they've ever
better than they've ever
before.
been.
Yeah, I heard Origins really just.
Origins and Odyssey are both phenomenal games. They are grinds. Don't get me wrong. The worlds are massive. These worlds keep getting bigger and bigger. Here's my problem with those things. Is they keep making these worlds bigger and bigger. Kind of like, i.e., Death Stranding. It's the fucking United States. That's a lot of landmass. That's 3,000 miles across, right? 3,000 give or take. My problem with that is how much detail is in these worlds. How much love are you giving me painstakingly crafted fucking map? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, if you just give me a flat piece of land that's 3,000 miles across and I gotta walk across, it's like, it's not very fun.
You're in Nebraska.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Like, I just want I want a world. Like, I don't care how big the world is. It doesn't matter. What matters is how well you created it for me to live in, for me to get sucked into this world. And that's why I can't like for instance, The Witcher. Like, The Witcher did have open areas. It did have open areas, some where you wouldn't find anything, but there would be, like, the question marks here, all the way through. And every time you went to a new city, there's more question marks. You didn't have to go do them, but you did them just to see what happened there, right? So, I love games that do that. Like take the open space, but use it wisely. Don't just
make it alive.
Yeah, don't just, here's your world.
Yeah.
Here's your world.
Yeah, so going back to Ubisoft, why they're taking a stumble, it's because of this. I think they're just, the big wigs, I think they're just dipping their hands way too much for what the developers want to put out. And I feel for the developers, you have this in your mind's eye, this project that you want to release, and here comes, the big corp, like, actually, we want you to change this, and find a room for some microtransactions.
Yeah.
What do you say? No, you can't say no.
Yeah.
They're footing the bull. So
for sure.
But honestly, Ubisoft just needs to take a step back. I mean, they're not. I can't say they're a great company because I don't play any of their games.
I play Assassin's Creed. I've played The Division.
I saw you watch it. Yeah.
I love Assassin's Creed. I love what they've done with it. They have taken a step back in some places, but they've taken huge leaps forward. So this is not the 1 step forward, 2 steps back type of thing. It's more like a 5 steps forward, 1 step, 2 steps back. Mm-hmm. So they're kind of like half and half on that. For instance, like I said, these giant open worlds that they have, they're great, but they're bland. You're a free runner, parkour, badass, but there's only that's what you are. You do parkour, right? But there's only so many places you can do that. Like, there's so many cities with buildings and stuff like that.
What, AC?
Yeah, AC. If they would condense down that map and just make it, you know what I'm saying, feel lived in. The problem that I have with video games these days that make these giant, beautiful cities is that they don't feel lived in. You'll be in this humongous city, and this is why I'm so stoked for Cyberpunk. I can't put that out there hard enough, because when I saw the video for Cyberpunk and they're going into the city for the first time, and you see all these people, and all these people have their own fucking lives.
They have mods and everything on them, yeah.
Dude, it looks so fucking crazy, the amount of people. When you walk through Assassin's Creed, I don't know, Athens, it's a giant fucking city, but then, like, all the people are copy-paste. All the people are... You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't feel lived in. Like, yeah, you have people scattered about walking down the streets, creating traffic or whatever it is, but it doesn't feel real to me. It doesn't feel like I'm walking down this Broadway in New York City during fucking rush hour.
Yeah.
Like, just with Spider-Man. Like, I love Spider-Man, don't get me wrong. It's a great open world game. But, like, if you stand on the street and you walk down the street, it's copy-paste, 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 which is because most of the time you're in the air.
Correct, yeah.
But I want the little fucking details
yeah.
that when I'm on the ground, like, it feels like New York City. There was not one point in that fucking game where I jumped down on the street and it felt like it would take me an hour to go 9 blocks. Because that's what it's like in New York City, dude. It's fucking nuts, right? not one. Like my buddy, when I went to New York City, he took me to the airport, which was like a 10-minute drive, is what Google Maps said without traffic. He's like, we're gonna leave 2 hours early because it took an hour and a half to get there.
10 miles.
It's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Less than 10 miles, dude. So it's fucking nuts. Like you don't get those gridlock feelings. Like I get it. We have limitations in the video game technology, and I get it. These things, but if you're gonna create an open world where you want me to live in, where you want me to believe that I'm there, kind of like Cyberpunk and Elder Scrolls and Assassin's Creed, and you want me to believe that I'm making a difference, and you have to make me believe that I'm actually there. Just because I see body A on face B
with the different shirt, with blue shirt,
yeah. Like, okay, I get it. That's what I loved about so far. That's what I've loved about Outer Worlds.
Outer Worlds.
I haven't seen one person look the same as another person yet. And
the dialogue
and the dialogue is so good. But I haven't seen one person look like, you remember like in Skyrim or Fallout, is everybody had whatever head with the same exact body, and it was just their voice was either one of 3 voices. That was it. It was like, oh, okay, like I don't really believe, like to me it's just the same person talking to me the entire time. Anyway, but going back to the whole thing, they're losing money just because of Breakpoint. Well, it's Breakpoint, Watch Dogs, like you said, but mainly because Breakpoint did very, very poorly.
Yeah.
I mean, was it even on your radar?
No, not at all. And I heard it announced out there during E3. You know, when John Berthal came out, and I'd never played a Tom Clancy game in my life. I've always been, if I'm going to play a military shooter, it's going to be the CODs, the Call of Duties. That's what I like. I like playing just quick in and outs. I've never played a Tom Clancy game, and this one it didn't want me to play it. So nothing about it brought me into it. So it was okay.
All right, the next thing I got for you, quick round, is EA and Steam were in talks for the longest time to bring EA and Steam back together on the same store. And the first game they're doing that with is the new Star Wars game. And I'm kind of glad that they're doing that, because I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to combat Epic. So EA and Steam have they're kind of coming together there.
They had a fallout?
Well, yeah. EA's got Origin. EA's got their own thing.
That's right.
So EA's got their own thing. I'm talking about PC specifically here, people. For those that don't know, Steam has been on the PC since like 2007, 2006. EA started theirs around 2010, I believe. And then EA no longer release brand new games on Steam platform anymore. They did have the old ones, kind of like Mass Effect 1, Mass Effect 2, Dead Space 1, Dead Space 2. Those types of games were all on Steam. Now what they're talking about is coming back together and joining forces, because people don't want to buy things on Origin if they're buying all their things on Steam. Kind of like how I was talking about with Epic Store. Even though I did cave in. I did do that.
It's okay.
It's
okay to cave in.
But
I bought a Call of Duty game.
Yeah, we all bought a Call of Duty game.
I'm probably gonna buy the damn Diablo game when it comes out.
You goddamn right. So the problem that I have with it, I don't have any problem with this at all, and I'm glad that EA and Steam have finally gotten back together. And like I said, the first game that they're doing this with is Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, and I cannot wait to get this game in my computer ready to rock, because it's a Respawn Entertainment game, and to see Respawn on the Steam is it's all right in my book. I gotta say,
I have not played a Star Wars game since Rise of the Empire on the Nintendo 64, when you played as Dash Rendar.
Right.
That
was a good one though.
It was unique. But I have not played a Star Wars game. I know there was a Battle.
I did Battlefront 2.
That's the one. That's the one with the Star Wars.
Yeah, it's Battlefield Star Wars.
Battlefield Star Wars. Yeah, I didn't play that one either. I mean, some people say once you get past the whole, the microtransactions deal, like it's actually a fun game.
I bought it for $5. No problem.
If you buy it for $5,
$5. I played it. I'm having fun.
If you buy something for $5 and enjoy it, hey, it's
next thing I got, quick fire, bro. Miyamoto is the first video game creator to be recognized as a person of merit in Japan. He was actually honored for this. Shouts out to Miyamoto for being the only pioneer.
Shigeru Miyamoto. Oh yeah, I knew about this man since I was a kid, because I used to have a subscription to Nintendo Power.
That's right.
And sure, he was the guy. He's the guy who brought you Mario and Luigi icons. You know, icons. You Mario Luigi. I think he helped make Yoshi.
That's right.
I want to say Zelda and Link. Maybe I'm not sure about that one, but for sure, the Mario Bros. Shigeru Miyamoto. There you go.
All right, just so you can have some context.
So he was, this guy is an icon.
Ocarina of Time.
Yeah. This guy knows what he's doing. And I was listening to one of my podcasts, and when he comes up with the decisions, he actually goes and talks to his wife about it.
That's right.
Yeah.
Just like you should. Just like you should. You want a list? Here's your list for you, dude. Yeah. Donkey Kong Jr., Popeye, Mario Brothers, tennis, golf, Donkey Kong, Excitebike. Yeah. Oh my God, that's just Super Mario Brothers. That's all the way up to 1985. Ice Climbers as well. Oh my God, Super Mario 64, Wave Race 64, Mario Kart 64.
F-Zero.
Paper
Mario. Yeah,
Mario Party, Kirby 64.
So this guy definitely is
hundreds of games.
He's one of the pioneers that made this medium video game into
what it is today.
To what it is now. Yeah, one of the biggest businesses in the world, if not the biggest one.
It is the biggest business in the world. Exactly. It's bigger than porn. I swear to God, it's bigger than porn.
That's big.
I'm gonna have to look that number up. I'm not sure about that, but I think it's bigger than porn. I think it's better than porn. Yeah. I'll be back in 2 minutes.
Right.
To bump jump. All right, I got a couple more things here.
Yo.
Game of Thrones prequel was canceled.
Yes, I heard about that. Mikhail sent me a link. It was from the one that she sent me. Just reading the thumbnail, the one with Naomi Watts was canceled. Apparently, there was 5 in the works. 2 have been cut out so far, and the one that she was gonna be in was during the Golden Age.
Right.
That's during
Baratheon. No, not Baratheon.
Land the Clever, like what the Lannisters got their name from, like way back then. It just, I try not to think too hard about the storyline on Game of Thrones, because if you're telling me they've been living like this for thousands of years and they still don't know how to make a steam engine, man, these guys are just fucking idiots. You're talking about if you look about humanity, what have we done the last 2,000 years? Well, we've gone from living in Rome to pioneering the moon.
Yeah,
we've done that in 2,000 years. What are these guys doing? Killing each other.
Yep, pretty much.
But I try not to think about it too much. So, it's obvious that they're going to make Game of Thrones spin-offs.
Yeah, I mean it is obvious, but they canceled that one.
Yeah.
But also on the Game of Thrones note, D&D left, quote unquote, left Disney, partly because of toxic fans that hated season 8.
That's ridiculous.
I think they left for different reasons.
Monetary.
I think Disney let them go because of the fans. I think they're saying that they got fired to save face.
That's okay. If Disney, I'm going to just go off a tangent here because I have zero.
Let's do this.
I have zero bias information.
That's American.
That's American. Yeah. And if you don't like it, hey, don't listen.
Go fuck yourself.
You don't like it. But look, if Disney is going to fire these guys because a toxic fan base doesn't like season 8, season, go fuck yourself. Fuck them. Who cares what they don't like? If they don't like it. These guys did a good job up to
season 6,
up to whatever. Yeah, I mean, I'm still a fan. It's still good. You got to wrap it up. And the thing is, there's probably tons of favorite shows that you love and don't even notice that they wrapped up so fast. It's just Game of Thrones happens to be the biggest one. That's the only thing. And to cave in because you have hateful fans, get the fuck out of here. If you want a different ending, go make your own show. That's all I gotta say about that.
Damn, now relax. You aggressive. I think that them leaving the Star Wars franchise is just fine for me, because I think that Star Wars is gonna go on with or without them. They're not gonna make or break fucking Star Wars anyway.
They're not.
They have these huge deals with Netflix. That's cool. Do your thing.
They'll do
whatever.
They'll be fine. They'll be fine.
So they're gonna be just fine. They made a shit ton of money on season 8 of Game of Thrones. They made a shit ton of money with their Netflix deals. They're just fine. Okay, so let's relax on hating D&D.
Leave them boys alone.
DB Weiss and what's the other one?
David Benoff.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure they're going to do something great in the future.
Fun.
I have all the confidence in the world in them. I hate on season 8 of Game of Thrones because of the fact that I had to wait 2 years. This is why I hate on that. I hate on that because it took 2 years to give me 8 episodes, which makes zero sense to me.
I'm fine with it.
I'm not fine with that.
Okay.
And then you want to fuck up my story.
I got other things.
That's
to
cool.
do in 2 years.
Yeah. Fuck up somebody else's story. Don't fuck up a story that we've been bought into. That's cool.
Done.
Anyway, Sony. A couple things on Sony. Spider-Verse got announced for April 28th.
Yes, I saw that.
April 8th, 2022.
Yes.
I can't wait. Into the Spider-Verse was so awesome. Did you ever see that?
Yes, I did watch it. I have not seen Far From Home, but Into the Spider-Verse is hands down my favorite Spider-Man movie
of all time. Right?
Okay. Disclaimer: I have not seen Far From Home, so I don't.
It's better than Far From Home.
Okay,
it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah. So besides that, Into the Spider-Verse is the best Spider-Man movie I've ever seen. And you know what the best part is? Like Morris listening to him, like pulling his hair out. Yeah. Well, maybe he agrees. Maybe he doesn't.
I don't know. I don't know if he does or not, but I know that Into the Spider-Verse was one of the best. I can sit down and watch it all the time.
It's so beautiful.
The artwork is great.
Beautiful.
The story is just amazing.
I love it. How they're pulling it from these different,
Yeah, from everywhere, just bringing it in together.
Did it right.
They did it right. Love it. I can't wait. Yeah. So there's that. Sony actually trademarked PS6, 7, and 8.
Yes.
Bro, they are going in. Let's go.
Okay, first of all, that's a smart move on their part because if
you want to be Fallout first.
Yeah, exactly. Don't be like those numbnuts and be like, oh shit, we're going to make this domain. Oh, wait, somebody else bought it?
Somebody bought it when we announced it? What happened?
But you know what? Even if 6, 7, and 8 never come to fruition. Did you say it? Fruition.
Yeah,
if it ever comes to fruition, that's fine. That's okay. Sony has so much money they can hang on to those domains name, and it does happen. Hey, if PS 6, 7, 8 does come out, hey, these guys are ready.
Can I ask you a question? Can I be real with you?
Yeah. Duh.
I have a quick thing. Do you think if let me see how I can word this. Nintendo needed the video game console to be what it is today, right? Nintendo needed that first NES to become the home entertainment system, right? To do what it to make way for all these other consoles, the Dreamcast, Genesis, Xbox One, Xbox 360, all these things, right? Mm-hmm. Nintendo was the pioneer, okay? Sony came in as kind of like a secondary thing later. Like they were into electronics and other things like TVs and a lot of different other things. They make phones and things like that. Xbox by Microsoft makes OSs and
computers and everything.
There are things like that, right? Now, do you think? Now, just me throwing it out there. Do you think that they need these consoles to make the money that they're making? Excuse us.
Do they need the console?
Excuse me 1 second.
Hold on, guys. Yeah, we're taking a quick BRB. Someone's at the door. We're just doing our little podcast. Oh shit.
Oh shit, dude. Juan's here.
Juan's here. All right.
That was weird.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry about that. Let me get this over here, man. Come on in, dude. Come on in. Have a seat right there. Let me turn on the mic.
We're doing this live, guys. We're doing this
live, dude.
We're doing this live.
I see y'all. I was like, trying to get over here.
Oh shit. I don't think I can get his mic on though. Now that we're recording. You mind sharing mics? Hey, actually, why don't you come over here? You're gonna talk BlizzCon to this man.
We could take a little break.
Hey, no. Fuck that. Let's go. Hey. Stay right there.
Here, take that. You and him are gonna talk BlizzCon today.
All right.
Keep that about a fist away from your face, bro.
All right. Let's see what's going on.
Okay.
Rick.
All right. Talk to us about BlizzCon.
Well, depends what y'all want to know.
Okay.
Let's see.
Let me just ask some questions because you've been watching it more than I have, and I know you are hands down a bigger fan than I am. Oh, and by the way, guys, this is Juan Castro. This is one of our longest friends. I mean, I think of how many years now?
Since TBC,
Burning
Crusade,
Burning Crusade.
2006.
Yeah, so I mean, we've been friends for a long while, and we've always just have a same passion for gaming and everything.
Yes.
So I was watching some of the cinematic trailers for Diablo, and I know you're a fan of that game. I'm a fan. I mean, you bought it how many times? PC, PlayStation, Xbox,
Switch.
Switch, yeah. So Juan's had it.
Yeah.
this game, the cinematic trailer, I completely just skipped it. I don't care about cinematic trailers. I want gameplay, and I saw some gameplay, and I was like, okay, this looks like typical. I'm not saying typical in a bad way, but this is Diablo, top down.
Yes.
But the graphics just look so good.
Oh,
you know, I mean, you're on a mountain, you're just flying and knocking things over, and you're leaping over things. I was like, okay, dude, this is something. And don't get me wrong, I love Diablo. It's fun, and I can't wait for more of this.
No, if you've seen any of Lost Ark, like how good that game looks, this is what they went for. With that. Yes. Of the actual stage you can actually play on, they actually have a huge ass monster that comes out, and it's part of like the open world where people can actually join you in that area.
Really?
And defeat that monster. Yes. They've taken inspiration from Diablo 2, as in like they bring the skill trees back. So you have skill trees.
And so far we have 3 confirmed classes?
3, yes.
That is?
The barbarian, the sorceress, and the druid.
Do you have to be female if you pick sorceress?
Yes, I think right now they are gender locked.
Oh, okay. I don't know, get a sorcerer.
Yes. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I don't identify as a female sorceress, okay? I don't identify. No, I'm just playing with y'all.
No, but I don't know. I mean, from the customization that they gave a little sneak peek of, I do think they probably will have both later on. They just probably haven't went that far yet with what they've shown to the public.
How do you feel? Your thoughts on microtransactions? Yay, nay? I mean, it's possible. I mean, that's the way of the future, right?
Yeah, unfortunately, that's just part of gaming now. It sucks because it's rare whenever you just get a game that's just the game itself, and then there's nothing else to add on to it. I wish there were more games like that, but unfortunately, it's not. I usually am fine with microtransactions for cosmetics.
Okay.
But you also need to have a way to earn some of the cosmetics in game. In
game, yes.
Yes.
I agree.
And I don't like all this. Oh, you have this currency that you can convert to this. Just stick to one currency. If you're gonna have microtransactions, and have that as the currency.
Here's some gameplay right now. Like, man, look at that, dude. And I can't wait to play this on a PC, dude. I'm gonna put this on my laptop off the bat.
Yeah, no, when I was looking at them playing, the way they were moving, it looked like it was they were playing with a controller.
Okay.
So I was like, man, is this a controller on PC or what? Because there's no way that was a console. Or there's no way that's that's this current generation.
How do you feel about Overwatch? Are you a fan of Overwatch to begin with?
I like the way it looks. I've never...
But never actually sat down and played it?
I played it.
You play, okay. Yeah, but it never clicked with you? Never like...
Yeah, it's not mine.
Okay.
Yeah,
because
I didn't like it.
Because we talked about it last week when Kevin was here. We were talking about how Destiny, and then it became Destiny 2. And we were talking about... It should have never been Destiny 2. It should have just been add-on to Destiny.
Correct.
You know? So that's why we're thinking about... Me and Ruben discussed it briefly before the podcast. Was like, should Overwatch just be still Overwatch and just add to it? Or, hey, Overwatch 2. But, I mean, what are your thoughts on it? I mean, of course, Overwatch 2 you're going to have...
Yes. In when you're going to make a sequel or something like that, to me, you have to definitely prove of why it's going to be a sequel. Like... On this one, they're touting that there was an engine change, so they have to like separate it from the base game. Now, I don't know all the technical stuff on how far that goes, but if it's gonna be a sequel, you definitely have to make it where it's separated.
Something that stands out. From the original.
Yeah,
they're using the same characters.
Yeah, that's why I'm like. Well, I mean, I have to. What is so different on the engine? Because I don't understand on
from what I read, I just covered some real quickly. Was they're gonna be emphasizing more on PvE? You know, having 4-player co-op working together to do a goal.
Yes,
and I've only played Overwatch a handful of times myself. So and from what I've gathered, it was mostly like get the payload to a certain area, not capture flag, but dominate. I don't know. Like I said, I never played it much, you know. So I guess with this version or the sequel, they're going to emphasize more on PvE, I guess. So
yes, that's what I was looking at. They had the story missions, and then they had well, now they also have where your characters actually have levels.
Yes, you level up and you get abilities.
So I'm guessing, okay, that's how they're trying to do it. The good thing that I do like is that they're not gonna drop everything that you earned in Overwatch 1.
Okay, good.
So everything that you've earned up to this point, it will carry over.
Good.
So
Yeah, because that would suck.
That helps on a little bit of absorbing the cost. But it also is what I think that game's only $39. Overwatch is $39.
Yeah, I think it's like
like $50 or $60 game.
Yeah, well, I think because I bought it on PC and it was like $20 just for the base, and then $40 or $50 for if you want some special legendary skins. And I think that was the only difference if you wanted to buy the legendary skins. So, yeah, I mean, if some of your goodies skins that you picked up along the way carry over.
Better. They said everything's gonna carry
way better.
Over. So that's one thing I am glad on, that they did say that everything will come over. Because I mean, I haven't played it that much, so I don't have any of that all the fancy stuff.
Okay, but one game you have played a lot of, World of Warcraft.
Oh yeah.
now, Mikhail sent me a link this morning when I woke up, and they're going to bring down the level cap down to 60, right? 60
Correct.
or 50?
60 will be the new level cap.
How do you feel about that? Just your hot take on this.
The way they've done it, I like it, because what they've done is they've broken the game up sort of into 3-4 stages. You have your entry 1 through 10.
Okay.
And then what you'll be able to do is you'll be able to go 10 through 50 in any expansion you want. You get to choose which expansion you level in, and they'll do their background deal, and you'll just level in that zone.
Go ahead.
So if you use Wrath of the Lich King, you do everything in Northrend from level 10 all the way to 50.
Mm-hmm.
Once you get to 50, they pretty much shuttle you along to
the Shadow Realms,
yes.
Shadowlands, Shadow Realms,
and then you have your area there. You go 50 to 60, and then one thing I do like, they have a zone that's just dedicated to just in-game. Just the in-game area, but I don't know how it'll play out. We'll see.
Do you feel it's necessary to bring the cap down? Because if not, because what's the cap now currently? 80, 90?
Keep going.
Okay, you see, that's how odd I am. I stopped playing at the beginning of Burning Crusades. Yeah. So since then, okay, let's just go out. Let's just rat off a list. We have base WoW, right?
Yes,
then we had Wrath of the Lich King? No.
Yeah, Burning Crusade.
Yes. Wrath of the Lich King.
Is
it Cataclysm? Then Burning Crusade?
No, then Mr. Pandaria.
Mr. Pandera.
Or it might be flip-flop.
Or flip-flop.
But I think it's...
Then Mist.
Okay.
Yeah, Cataclysm, then Mist. What's the one you became a Demon Hunter?
No, that was Legion, but you go to Warlords of Draenor.
See, that's how far.
Then
Legion, Warlords. Yeah, that's right. Because in Warlords, that's when you start having your own garrisons, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, your own.
And then you became a Demon Hunter, which I got disappointed because I was like, Diablo Demon Hunters? Fuck yeah, I'm in there. Like, Rick, that's not kind of Demon Hunter. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, no, it's not with Diablo Demon Hunters.
That was what? That was called Legion?
Yes, that was
Legion. And that's the current one that we're at right now?
Now we're at Battle for Azeroth.
And now we're at Battle Azeroth. He's already lost count where I was at.
Yeah, I mean, you got 15 years.
Exactly.
15 years.
So, I mean, you have to, because, I mean, I noticed for a while when I was playing a lot of my time, when I was sinking most time into it, was Wrath of the Lich King. And I started to notice at that point, when you're dealing damage, your numbers are coming out in the thousands, hundreds of thousands, you know? And after a while, it's like we need to start dropping some zeros just to simplify some of these numbers. And I know they did that.
They've done that 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, I mean, but you have to think about it. If you're going this high, eventually we got to scale it down. Let's start again. Yeah,
that's been one of the issues, one of the huge issues here lately, because now what they ended up introducing was RNG on top of RNG. So instead of just having I killed the end boss, I get this item. Okay, yes, I got that item, but I'm hoping for it to get a Titan Forge. Okay, then I'm hoping it to get a Warforged or whatever, and it was like, okay, now the end game item that you want is not the one you wanted because you wanted the one that was an extra 25 item levels because it didn't have the territory, the third level stats and soccer and all this. So they kept adding all this stuff that a lot of people just don't like.
Okay, so it's safe to say you still play WoW.
Yes.
I mean, I know you're a married man with, you have full-time jobs. You have your children, and stuff you have to do as an adult. But when you find time for Warcraft, when is it? Usually mostly on your weekdays, on your weekends sometimes?
Yeah, if anything, if I put some time in during the weekdays, it's maybe like an hour or so.
Just an hour or so, just to get in there, do your little dailies, hang out.
And that's about it.
Yeah. Do you feel like when it comes to expansions, that's when you're really excited about it? Or it kind of wanes and waxes and wanes sometimes? Or, I mean, when is it like, man,
it's always when you go into a newer expansion, and that's mainly because there's usually systems that you thought were going to pan out during the expansion. They didn't go how you planned it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like the one thing I did like in Legion that if you didn't play, you probably weren't. They had this thing called the Mage Tower, which was like a challenge mode, but it was for yourself only. And once you defeated that, I mean, you got a special achievement and everything. But you also got like a special appearance for your weapon. It was a way of like
give you prestige.
Yes, within the game.
To stand you out.
Yes,
from the rest of the people.
Yeah, and
from the rest of the crowd.
And I like that. It's stuff that as a single player, if you don't have time to do raid content or anything like that, you can participate with that. So they're bringing something like that back in the new one. So it's going to be interesting to check out, see how that goes.
Are they bringing back the Warcraft RTS game? Yeah. Did I hear something about that?
A Warcraft 3 remaster.
Yes.
That got announced last year.
Yeah, okay. I remember hearing about that. So that's still in the project? It's still in the works?
Yes, it's they're doing multiplayer testing right now. And it's supposed to be out already.
Yeah.
So it's just been delayed.
And you've played it before? I mean, you played RTSs before, like
yes.
and you're a fan of them?
Yeah.
Okay, that's awesome. I don't think I've ever. If I have, I just can't think of it. So I don't think I ever played any RTSs.
I like the whole trying to outthink your enemy, but sometimes it don't work out, and then you just get smashed. It's like, oh man, horrible.
Can you give me a little bit more detail on the stuff that you saw on Diablo just from BlizzCon up until this point?
Yeah, one of the good things I enjoyed on it was the way that now when you level up, you'll also have your talent trees, which that helps with trying to build diversity. But they have it kind of like a Path of Exile where we get a point, you can choose to put it into that skill, or you can choose to open up another skill. So it depends. And like for the Barbarian, they had it where he had 4 different weapon slots that he can hold. So that way, whenever he chooses a certain move, he will automatically switch to those weapons to be able to perform the move. Yeah, they didn't go into it much, but I like the way he could just swap into a different thing. So that way you didn't have that. You wouldn't be like, oh, I like this skill, but I don't like using maces or something like that. Aesthetically,
Interesting.
What other new things have come out for just information on Diablo just in general?
No release dates for sure, right?
They haven't done a release date. What's your speculation on that?
I would say it's probably still at least a year and a half out. 2021, somewhere in there.
And then, but D3 that originally came out May 2012. March 2012. Damn, so it's been a hot minute.
7.5 years, yeah.
And well, you got to think that they released all the way to Reaper Souls. Then they had the Necromancer. That's right. They had another expansion planned, but it got canceled. And somewhere in there, that's when they started Diablo 4. I would think. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know where. But you figure if they got these 3 classes, then they felt good enough that they were polished enough to bring them to the demo. They still got to have at least 2 more. They got to bring in the Paladin class. I mean, some kind of knight class like they did Crusader or something.
Yeah, definitely. Any news on the Immortal?
No, but well, one of the great things that was on the stream was they were talking about Overwatch 2, and one of the questions was, one of the great things is that nobody has asked is what console or what is Overwatch 2 coming on, and of course they put all the
logos.
Yeah, Xbox, PlayStation, PC. And then you hear somebody yell out from the fans, "What about mobile?"
Oh my god!
I don't know if he said mobile or phones or something, but it's like he broke out laughing, and you could tell that he was asking about phones or something. Yeah.
Chihuahua.
Yeah, they put him on. They put him on the spot.
Yo.
It was good. I was like the producer. Kaplan, he just laughed.
Jeff Kaplan?
Yeah, because he was like, wow.
Yeah. Last year, that was a big debacle. It was Diablo Immortal. This year, they're Hong Kong. That's And what are your thoughts about that? I mean, yes, Activision fucked up with what they did with Blizzcon. With Blitzchung.
Yes.
I mean, how do we recover from that? How do you get past that? Just kind of
this is what I want to know.
Right out the storm?
Yeah, you kind of got to weather it out. But one of the things what I want to know is where did your ban and this all come about? Was it from Blizzard China that decided that they were going to do it, and then Blizzard here said, "Oh no." Of course, they backtracked on a little bit, and at the beginning of the BlizzCon, they tried to apologize, but. Damage is done.
Yeah.
Damage is done. So, I don't know. I mean, I have no idea what they're going through. But I do understand that, they don't want Daddy China to come in there and...
We all seen the episode of South Park. We know what happens.
Take all their liberties.
Yeah. Yeah. What games are you playing right now?
Right now, I'm playing... WoW Classic, of course.
Okay.
Playing a little bit of Call of Duty.
I saw you put a picture on there. Like your best game yet. Yeah.
That was my. I tried the NVG. I didn't know what it was. It was like a night mode.
Night vision goggles, or whatever like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it had the night vision, and it doesn't have a map, and so it's like
they added that into the game.
Yeah,
there was an update last night. I don't know if that's or not.
And man, it's. I was like, oh, this is my mode.
Yeah, liking it.
Yes, because it you don't have no HUD and all that, so it's kind of like hardcore, but
correct.
So I'm going in there, and of course you see everybody's got little lasers, so they're giving off their location.
Yeah.
With that, I don't need that. I just run in there, and just start getting them. Yeah, I love it.
So WoW Classic, some Call of Duties.
Yes, a little bit of Remnant. I haven't played in a while. I was playing that with Ruben for a little while.
Yeah, that's right.
They just released an update for it, so I've been wanting to get in there and play that. They released a hard code mode. But
permadeath.
I mean, I don't know how good I'll do, but I want to see if I can at least get a couple.
Serious? Permadeath on a
Dark Souls game.
On a Souls game?
Yes.
Fuck out.
But if you beat like bosses with that mode on, you get special items that will transfer over to your normal.
To your new game plus or whatever, or your character.
So that's
hardcore mode.
Yeah, and one of the other ones I was playing here and there was Warhammer Chaos Bane, which is kind of just like. It's just out there.
Like a little tactics game, or what is it?
No, it's an action RPG game, but within the Warhammer universe.
Is it the 40K or a fantasy one?
No, fantasy.
The fantasy, okay.
Yes. Yeah, it still needs some work.
Polishing.
Yeah, but I got it and I enjoyed it. I'm definitely waiting for some more characters, for them to add more characters on there. They do have a lot of I guess you call it like progression systems of like endless modes and stuff like that, and ways to make your character stronger. So they have some of their basics in place for a good game. It's just you could tell that they're. I mean, I don't know them, but to me they're like a new developer.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But they've probably been around a while. I just never heard of them. They're called Eco Software or something like that, or Echo.
Juan, when it comes to your gaming, you are mostly on the PC. Safe to say.
Yes.
That's your go-to
Yes.
when it comes to the games and everything. How do you feel about a lot of these games now being crossplay? I mean, I know this is the first time I've seen you actually play a Call of Duty game, and I think it being crossplay probably helps get that. Push.
Yes, that's one of the reasons I decided to actually hop into it.
Yeah.
Because you can play with other people that they like to play on console and stuff. Like I cannot play a shooter with a controller. You might as well just have the controller go in a circle because that's about as good as I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, the fact I mean, and that definitely doesn't make me better than the guys on controller because they will own me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Some of them
yeah,
do.
yeah. Some of them going in there and being able to play matches and stuff like that, and playing against anybody or being able to play with whoever I want.
Definitely.
It's good. The only thing I found kind of clunky was the way to add people, like to your
friends list?
Friends list it needs some work.
You have to use the Activision ID, right? So it'll be
Yeah.
like your name and then like another like a 7-digit
Yeah.
like actual pound sign.
Yes, it's clunky.
Hashtag.
Like
Hashtag. I just showed my age. I said pound sign,
Yeah.
folks. That's how old I am. I'm saying pound sign.
yeah, like I would. They would have integrated. I would have wanted them to integrate a little bit more with the BattleNet, where you could have just add them from there.
Yeah.
Because I mean, they're using the BattleNet launcher.
That's
the
true.
launcher. Why can't you just add
That's
them on
true.
there? And
It's
it
Activision.
adds- yeah. Or,
It's
or why
Activision.
why doesn't it pull like? I have Onslaught on there, and his didn't automatically pull. I still had to invite him as part of that Activision. I'm like,
Really?
why am I having to do this? Too
That-
much work.
For real?
Just to play with your friends. It's kind of dumb.
Well, I mean, but the fact that you have to cross some hurdles, but hey,
It's-
the fact that that's
well,
you have crossplay, and I
yeah.
just think that's good because you and me we don't play games at all because
Yes.
like I said, you play PC and I play mostly console, and even
Yeah.
then I mostly play Switch games, and even then that doesn't have the best connection
No.
on Wi-Fi or on internets or whatever. It's just I just like the fact that crossplay is.
Yeah, and that might be just us nitpicking it.
Yeah.
Because we know what we do, what we want, but it's just the first time it's being integrated, and it's not being integrated the way we want it,
Correct.
which is fine.
Some stumbles.
Yeah. Eventually, hopefully,
Some
the
growing
next
pains.
generation of consoles, it will be all together, which I do like that. That's the way kind of like Microsoft is heading, and now that PlayStation has opened up the crossplay on this,
Yes.
I think they're going to head
yes,
that way.
Yes. I know you're mostly a PC player, but what are your thoughts on next gen consoles with the Xbox Scarlet
As in,
and then and PlayStation 5? Any what are your thoughts on it?
as in, like the streaming version versus the
disc
physical
version?
version, or as in, like, what do I think they're going to be able to do?
Actually, yeah, that's a good question. Like just the fact streaming, like with like Stadia, that's the one that's going to be coming out sometime this month, I believe, next week. Yeah, where it's focusing on streaming.
Yes.
And Ruben, you brought up a point once where if you want to try to stream at 4K by 2 gaming sessions,
An hour in, you're done.
yeah,
Your bandwidth is over.
exactly. How do you feel about that, Juan?
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a push to get your ISPs to get rid of those data caps. Either that, or you're going to have to cough up the extra money to go unlimited. I think Comcast, if you're on a slower plan, it's $50 to remove the data cap. But I mean,
For me, it's 20.
a
Here,
20.
I have gig.
Okay.
It's $20 to get rid of it.
Okay, yeah, no. And then unless you buy business grade internet for your house, which is not cheap, and
Not cheap.
yeah. But I do think that's good, because I think it is gonna tend to lend itself to integrating more with like Switch devices and okay.
There
You wanna
go.
keep it
Thank
alright.
you.
Okay.
I know you're mostly seeing me, but yeah, you can swivel with this, okay? But
Yes,
you wanna keep this up front.
Okay, yeah, no, the
Perfect.
Switch devices, and eventually I think phones will have a little more streaming gaming capabilities, because I don't know if you guys even follow any of the cell mobile technology. Like the new Asus ROG phone is pretty nice. It's pretty darn nice.
I remember you talked about that before, Ruben, when you were talking to Kevin, because Kevin loves his mobile gaming.
Mhm.
I don't know if you know about that by Ken, but he loves mobile gaming. Tell him, why don't you buy one of those Asus ROG phones? Because
Yeah.
it's
Well,
just
there's two gaming phones. There's for the gaming phones. There's the Asus ROG,
Yes.
and then there's the Razer 2. The Razer,
Oh, okay.
the Razer 2. But the Razer, it was like dirt cheap. It was like $300, like
That's cheap.
a couple months ago.
yeah.
Well, you can't find them anywhere because people bought them out.
Yeah.
But they want to see how well they were doing.
Uh-huh.
And to be honest, I don't think the Asus ROG sold that well because of the fact that it's kind of like a niche market.
Mm.
Like who's gaming on their phone that much?
The other thing is the ROG phone. Man, you can kit it out.
Everything.
Really?
It's
Modded?
yeah. You pretty much put on
Little
controllers
like
like
a
the
little
Switch. Yep.
That's pretty
And,
badass.
you can have the little dock so you can hook it up to your PC and everything. So
That's
it's opening the doors for future stuff, I think.
okay. Yeah, there's gonna be some stumbles along the way.
Because to me that they're gonna have to eventually figure out how to do that, and I think with the introduction of 5G cellular networks, I think
Mhm.
it'll help that a little bit. Of course, you're always gonna have to run into here's Verizon saying you have unlimited, but you only really have 50 gigs, and after that you slow down and
Slow
you
it
gotta
down.
pay.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know what it'll come down to.
Well, yeah, my biggest concern when it comes to streaming consoles, whatever, is location. Because there's some people who are in the inner city that have access to it, and there's some people that might like gaming, but they live out in the sticks, and they just, to me, it's like, how do you reach to those people? I mean, or maybe you don't. Maybe you just can't. Maybe like, hey, they're stuck to play, regular online game, and hope for.
Yeah, no, that's twofold. I think one of it is maybe that will drive people to push to have their municipalities or their counties to expand the networks in the area, because I mean the companies get a lot of money and to push to, they're supposed to be spreading the internet out, but I mean we don't. But I mean that's a whole different topic to go there. Yeah. But I mean gaming wise, I think that the people will want the more casual light gamers will want that, just because it's easier to access. Because I mean, if you can just choose from a library of games and just be like, okay, let's start playing.
Yeah.
Because it's just streaming it. You don't have to download it. You don't have to wait for updates or anything like that.
Exactly.
It'll be all right. But now when it comes to like me and you, no, we're gonna want you might actually want that physical copy of a game. You might want that steelbook or
correct, the collectors.
or
the
you're gonna
collector's
pay the
edition.
big money and get a collector's edition of a certain game.
Like Final Fantasy 7. Do you see that collection? That collection bundle? It's like the play art statue. When we talked about it before, but
It's
yeah,
it's in the
like
mail.
300, yeah, it's in the mail.
in the mail.
It's in the mail. The checks in the mail. Boys.
I'm not saying that out loud, but yeah, it's in the mail. Put
Checks
it like
in the
that.
mail. Yeah. Ruben, you had some subjects that you wanted to cover real quick. I know he's had some earlier.
He covered all the BlizzCon ones. I'm good.
That was a big one?
This is just y'all right now.
We're just
Enjoy.
hanging out. Yeah. But yeah, BlizzCon is big. And this time of year, is it this time of year every year when they do it?
BlizzCon, yes.
It's 2-day event, 3-day event.
Yes.
That's a lot, dude. That's a lot. I
Yeah,
know you've been following it for a while too, huh?
Yeah, and I usually get it because I do like the cosmetics that get attached to it. I mean,
Oh, no doubt.
sometimes they're good, sometimes they're sorry, but I mean, they do give you for all your Blizzard games.
All your games.
So I think that's
Something to
a
look forward
plus.
to. Yeah, it really is. It really is. As for me, something I did want to cover real quick. Call of Duty Modern Warfare, 600 million in first 3 days in sales. In sales, first 3 days.
And
So-
I think, like, from what I know of what I follow is I think one of the selling points was that they kind of were saying they weren't going to go the Black Ops route
With the battle royale.
with all the different passes. Where like, because like Black Ops has where you can buy this, buy that, and then eventually it actually leads to being able to get some of the stuff in game. But we'll see.
Yeah,
We'll see.
You're-
Only time will tell.
You're right. Because it's so easy for them. Because honestly, I think I read somewhere. Don't quote me, but I read somewhere where they said, Activision, or is it who does Black Ops? Treyarch. Yeah. They're like,
It's all on
we're
Activision, yeah.
They're like, we're going to continue supporting this game for years. And I think it was like last month. They're like, we're going to discontinue supporting this game. Like, really? That's it. You're done.
Yeah, then now they're gonna make another version.
So just yeah.
Which
who
that's
knows?
why that's where some of the microtransactions. I'm like, okay, if I get it for this game, will it carry over or will it not? I mean, how much money do I want to? As I don't buy all that it's gonna support the developer, this and that, unless it's a straight up free to play game. But yeah, no, that's why I'm like, it depends.
Yeah, and I bought Black Ops last year, and I knew that there was no multiplayer campaign. I'm fine with that, But I've never played a battle royale game before, and I was like, you know what? This could be a good chance for me. I like Call of Duty. I want to see what Black battle royale is about. Let me try it out. To me, it was boring as hell. I mean, if some people love
I don't.
The Fortnites and the battle royales and all that stuff, that's cool.
But maybe because I'm not good.
Yeah. The thing is, like, to me, it's not fun.
Yeah. No. I like it where you're playing something like domination with 20 people on each team. That's good.
One quick subject I want to talk about. Your thoughts on Game 7 of the World Series. Okay, now, guys, I did watch. Juan is a fan. And God bless him. I love him being a fan, and he's out there at Academy, freezing his balls off with the TV out there, out there waiting nights to get the shirts. That's awesome. I love you for that, Juan. I love you for a lot of things, but that's great. But I was watching Game 7, and after I think Rendon hit the two run hit, I think like that. I don't know. And the score went up to 6-2. To me, I just felt like the energy just went out.
Oh yes,
it
most definitely did. Yes,
I was like, okay, it's 4-2. Okay,
everybody left.
Okay,
everybody that was in line. Most of all the people that were in line left.
Oh,
yeah, man. there were still few people that were in line, and we were all like, you never know. Angels in the outfield.
Yeah.
The one thing on my thoughts on that game were like, here's the lineup. You start with who was it that started? Greinke started, right? Okay, he let up one run. He swapped out too fast. He didn't give him a chance to recover off of that. I didn't like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I thought he should have went to his next starter, which would have been Urquidy. I don't know why he went to the relievers. I'm not saying they've been overworked this whole series.
Yeah.
Because I mean they've all done what they needed to do, so they're gonna be tired. But I mean, you have reason why you call these other guys your starters.
You correct.
Yeah, so
correct.
You bring
and in Game 7,
you want to win.
Yeah.
I want to win.
This is time to do it.
I would have went Urquidy, and then if you need to relieve for a little bit, maybe Osuna, and then you finish it off with Cole.
There you go.
Yeah, Verlander wouldn't have been able to come in because he just finished.
He was
but
out.
I mean, but yeah, you have to go with all your aces.
Thank you, Juan.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Juan, where can they people find you on the socials?
Nowhere yet.
Nowhere. Not very much in the socials, are you?
No,
not so much
just
Twitter.
Private. No. I
I
have one, but it's not set up yet.
Oh, that's
properly.
fine. That's
it's just
fine.
there.
That's fine.
Collecting dust.
Oh, the mic.
I'll take this back from you.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Juan, dude, I appreciate you
Yes,
coming in and
thank you,
talking
Juan.
with
I
us for a
really
little bit,
appreciate it.
man.
Really
You were on the stream. I appreciate you showing up to the house, dude. That was awesome. I just heard a knock at the door. Hey, sorry to everybody who's listening to the podcast. My dog was barking because somebody knocks at the door, and like a good dog should, she barks when people show up at the door to let me know that somebody's here. So, apologize for the dog barking. But as always, we appreciate you guys listening very, very much. Every week, week in, week out, we appreciate you guys so much. You can catch me on all things social media at OS_onslaught. That's Twitch, Instagram, Twitter,
IG.
Stream. Was it
Mixer?
No, Mixer. Yeah, Mixer too. Steam, BattleNet, all those things at OS_onslaught. You, Rick?
Guys, you can find me on just about everything OS_Pith. I know on IG it's OS_Rick. Guys, we're going to wrap it up today, and thank you for hanging out, watching the show. We're going to watch some UFC, and thank you for coming out. Juan, thank you again. Appreciate it.
Yeah, dude, thanks. Thanks, man.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, man.
I wanted to come on, so I'm glad I got here.
Hell yeah.
All right, guys.
Oh, if
Peace
you have
out.
any questions, comments, or concerns, please email us at optionselectpodcast@gmail.com. That's it, guys.
All right.
Thanks
See
so
you next
much.
week.
Late.